Last year, USF had one of the fastest tempo offenses in the country. They actually ranked number 2 in seconds per play and number 1 in plays per game. How do we shut down this high-powered, high-octane offense? Based on what you know about the 4-2-5 and any doubts you may have seen, take it away. Let the fans know exactly how we shut them down.
It's just gap control football. I mean, just be where you're supposed to be. That's the biggest thing when it comes to running this defense, because then if you got gaps in that defense, you're counting on DBs to have to make tackles when they shouldn't have to. So that front is going to have to do their job, play fundamentally sound football, be exactly where you're supposed to be. It's South Florida, so I expect us to do what we're supposed to do, which is going to be dominate early and often. I have no concerns about us stopping South Florida's run at all. So, hey, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
You said it right. Just gap control and doing what you have to do. But just going back and watching South Florida's first game against Bethune and watching Alabama's first and second wave defensive line, even third wave defensive line, physically up front, what I've seen that I haven't seen in a long time is you see guys getting knocked back at the line of scrimmage for Bama. And you're seeing guys violently shot players, get rid of them, and show up to the ball. With Nick Saban's defense, you didn't have defensive linemen hunting the ball carrier. This is the first time in over 17 years that defensive linemen were allowed to make tackles. Marvin, you've been in that defensive room. Nick Saban wanted who to make all the tackles?
Linebackers, baby.
Linebackers. So as a defensive lineman, all you were doing was
hold that gap, baby.
Holding your gap. Now you're telling those defensive linemen, and you saw it, and that's where you saw the energy come from. Listen, get to your man, find the ball carrier. And that's where you saw the tackle for loss. And you saw all those guys wanting to play. And then you cut on that film, you saw 9, and at times you stopped the tape, Marvin, you saw 11 guys on that ball carrier. I haven't seen a swarming defense like this in Alabama in a long time. On this defense, everybody eats.
And we know with the swarming defense, if one person's out of place, there's an opportunity for things to go bad. So that's all I'm saying. Just be where you're supposed to be and do your job.
One thing about this Swim D that I really liked Saturday was the fact if one guy missed, there was 2 to 3 other guys waiting to make that tackle. When's the last time you saw that, guys?
Right.
It's been a while. Justin, you hit on it, and Marvin touched on it as well, too, the pace of the game. The way that Bama practices and the way that Coach DeBoer runs some of his offense, there's a lot of tempo to it. So unlike when Coach Saban was there with Tommy Reese and all those other guys, it was not since Mike Locksley and Lane Kiffin left, tempo has not been a part of Alabama's offense.
Right.
Now you're practicing against an offense that can go tempo. So it's hard to simulate a practice tempo that you're going to play against. But now that you get that every single day in practice from the spring on to now with more of a spread type look, this defense, 4-2-5, is built to attack this type of offense. So when they're trying to get the ball on the perimeter like South Florida likes to do, and that's the only chance I believe they have against Bama, you're going to now have guys in space with that 4-2-5 defense, Marvin, because they play with more 1 high than 2 high, more guys in the box to take care of a lot of those perimeter plays that they're trying to get to.
This is the first year that the Alabama D-line has been able to roll off the ball. So looking at that, coming from guys just being on the line of scrimmage to guys actually going back in the backfield now, being able to make those tackle for losses, being able to be on the quarterback a step early to get a sack caused fumble. So those are the things I'm looking forward to seeing in Alabama's back. Like you say, a swarm defense where guys are just hair on fire, getting off the ball, going to make plays. But with this defense, what I saw was like you guys were saying, guys were head hunting, and you had guys in the back that was waiting on those guys not to make the tackle. So that's what I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see those guys keep flying around and having fun because let's be honest, guys, with this NIL and all this stuff involved, if those guys not having fun, they're looking for the exit. So as long as we can roll those guys in and let them have fun and keep everything and the morale going, I think we'll be fine going into the thick of the season, guys.